Big John, Big John.
All right, good Thursday morning, everybody. Got up this morning and Ruckus is limping. Won't put any pressure on his front right foot. I don't understand what's going on. Did something overnight. So, anyway, I've been filling out bills and paperwork and taking care of a few phone calls for insurance for the semis. They want to, I got a bill for upping my radius, my travel, which is just local. And I called my agent and he helped me out tremendously. Can't say enough about Chetzer's Insurance in Fremont. And ended up calling Progressive to figure out why they were doing it. And it's just a thing they do. And it's like, I've never had it done before in the 20 years I've had them. So they wanted to up it to, well, if I hadn't contacted them, they would have upped it to a 200-mile radius, which I only have a 50-mile radius. I go from here to Toledo and back, or here to Bellevue and back, or here to Fostoria and back. That's it. Now, you are allowed outside your radius 10% of the time. So if I was to go, like when we went and picked up the trailer down at Delphus, that's, I don't know if that's 50 miles, probably is. But you know, you're allowed 10% of the time you're allowed to be out of your 50-mile radius. But anyway, they wanted to default it in my next billing cycle, which is due in December. If I hadn't contacted them, they'd defaulted it to the 200-mile radius. It's like, that makes my insurance tremendously more expensive. So anyway, I got that taken care of. I talked to my Golden Harvest dealer. They've got some wheat for me. They're getting that ready. I'll pick that up later today. I called the Andersons, and they're getting fertilizer ready for me. We did not finish the beans last night. They're kind of wet, so we're going to let them go. Today's kind of sunny and breezy, so we'll try them again later this afternoon. We'll check the oil and scooter here, which is good. So we'll get her fired up. Her. We'll get Scooter fired up here, and we're gonna go up, pick up a spreader. They're gonna put fertilizer in it for me. They're gonna put fertilizer in it. We're gonna go spread Woodville first, and then we are probably gonna, on the way back through town, pick up either fertilizer for here or for Dad's. So anyway, we got a few hours of spreading fertilizer. I'm sure I've showed this before. Got the spreader, you pull up here, and their bins are way up there, and the mixer's in there, and comes out this chute right here. So you just pull underneath of it. Blend her up, drop her in there when it's good to go. And there we are. Close the windows so the fertilizer stays out. Drum turning up there, that's the mixer. There it is. how this works is, it's ground driven. This belt here is ground driven off of this little wheel here. It touches this tire, runs through here. How you adjust your, and the spinners here run off the PTO, these spin, and then you adjust this gate here up and down according to this chart for the volume you want to come out. That's how that works. So, 40-foot spread pattern. So remind me to change my width from 60 foot from spraying to 40 foot for spread. That's better. Okay, so they got her set. So now you have to engage this wheel, which is this pole right here. Okay, so now you gotta give that a yank and that should drop. There we go. We got a mess. We got a nut. Hang on a second here. High quality filming. All right, so now this wheel is engaged to the big wheel that turns. So regardless of your speed, well, when your speed changes, this all changes, and that changes the belt speed. The spinners stay consistent with your engine speed, so 540, and as you drive faster, the belt goes faster. If you drive slower, the belt goes slower. This meters the amount. So that's how she works. And there is nothing steel back here to stick a magnet to. It's all stainless. I was going to stick you back here, but there's no place to put you. All right. Well, guidance is set up. It says I'm 40 feet off, but I'm not, so we need to reset, shift but don't save. There we go. Turn that on. PTO on. And it's spinning. The little number down here is your PTO speed. So you want that at 540. So 520. 550. It'll go down a little bit once we take off. In gear. Clutch out. Engage. See the belt moving? You guys probably can't see this fertilizer coming out of it. It's hard to see. But anyway, so we're bugging along at about 10 miles an hour. So it shouldn't take long. Hello. grease on my hands. Imagine that. Get it on my pants. Imagine that. Anyway, done. A little bit extra, so when you always have extra, you always go back and forth across the headlands next to the road. So that gets a little extra fertilizer, so that looks the best. It feels kind of soft in a few spots. I hadn't tried to turn it 10 mile an hour. She was plowing a little bit. But we got her. It'll be alright. The grain drill will cover all that up. So now, back to town. Get a load for my place. Dad called, he's over there, so I got him cleaning out the grain cart because I think we're done with that in beans. So, gonna run them beans off later this afternoon, give them a couple more hours to dry. We got a nice breeze, sun shining for the most part, so they're drying. Turn the four-ways on and head back to town, get another load. We made her back uptown, got another load for this field and the field behind the house. So just pulled in here, went and engaged the drive wheel, getting her up to 540 on the PTO, third gear, steering engaged. Away we go. Back here, the white dust. The white dust is from the fertilizer. Really ain't much dust on the ground right now. It's a little damp. Kind of dry on top, but we'll figure it out. On this field, once we get done going back and forth, we'll go around the whole thing once, shut her off, move up to the other field, take back off again. Okay, finish that field on the corner, on that side of the woods. Just drove through the lane. See, you got fresh woodchuck over there. Gonna have to get the boys after that. Ruckus and Max. Ruckus hurt his paw. I don't know if I said that earlier. Sometime overnight. Hurt his paw. Well, we got caught in the chair when I folded the footrest down last night. I don't remember it. But anyway, we're heading over to this other field behind the house. Spread the rest of this out. Dad's cleaning out the grain cart, so I'll stop up there and check on him. And we get fertilizer for the oil well field, which we finished them beans up 2 days ago. That'll be all the wheat ground spread. So now I'm in the pickup truck, pulling the spreader. Come up, went to Subway. Yes, Gibsonburg has a Subway. So I went to Subway and got me a sandwich for lunch at 2:30 in the afternoon, but that's all right. So got the park scooter at my house, hooked the spreader onto the truck to run it up here and back, so a little more efficient than running the tractor up here and then back past the house to go to Dad's. So we'll Dad's taking the semi down the lane to get that staged for finishing the beans. I'm going to pick him up there and take him back to the house. Then we'll unhook this and hook it back on scooter. I'm thinking he'll want to get started with the combine, so we'll take him back down there and get him going with that. And then I'll go spread this fertilizer at Woodville, or Woodville, at Dad's house, the oil well field. So, yeah, see you then. right, well, I'm in the combine. Dad's gonna run down to the corner and unblock her for me. And we'll go from there. I'm gonna get him going, and then I'm going to go spread fertilizer. And by the time I'm done with that, take the spreader back and everything else, he should be just about done taking these beans off, if he doesn't have any more trouble. Sorry about that. And I'll jump in the semi and take the beans to Toledo. All right, see you in the field. Had to do a little pause for the cause. Everything's running good on the combine, but luckily I happened to look over that way. But what'd you find, Dad?
Deer horn.
Spider.
Deer horn.
Small.
You've been cut or something.
Yeah, vertical till or something. Well, yeah. Small 8-point.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you don't want to leave them in the field because they get real expensive when they go through tires, which they will. I asked him if he wanted to spread fertilizer or run the combine. I think you know the answer.
Look at this. Oh, isn't this just sexy?
I want to get some fenders for it. Some kind of fenders. Yeah, baby. Well, I seen the neighbors where their combine's sitting out back, stopped in a peculiar position in the field with a tarp over the grain bin. So that tells me that it's no longer movable. So I just called him and asked him if what was going on. He told me that it should be up and running tomorrow. So I said, well, we'll be finished with beans in hopefully less than 2 hours. If you want me to come down and help you out, I will. Just let me know. He says, nah, he borrowed Gerwin's combine, so just to get them 2 little patches that they were working on when it went bad. So that's good that his is going to get fixed right away. But anyway, you know, be a good neighbor. See somebody in trouble, you call him and ask if he can help. So that's what I did. Well, done with that field. So that's it for spreading fertilizer. So it's rough. It was rough. We worked this. We inline ripped this 2 years ago. Well, last fall. Last fall? Yeah. Inline ripped it last fall, and then disc chiseled it this spring, and she's loose. And it's just a little wet, so combine was cutting ruts. Not ruts, but impressions. It left impressions. So she's rough. We'll wait into this year and we'll probably do the same thing next year then. After the wheat comes off, we'll inline ripper and make her good again. Hopefully put some cow manure on it. Made her back home. That's this jacket's a whole lot of overkill for a spreader, if you ask me, but better safe than sorry, right? kind of close. Makes me nervous when I'm cranking this. Okay, I'll hook onto that later with the pickup and take it back uptown. For now, I'm going to put Scooter back in the barn. Then I'm going to walk down to the field and I'm sure Dad's almost done. And then I can drive the semi up here, or I'll drive the combine. He can drive the semi. I'm going to put this out here for now, just in case. We'll see what goes on. Okay, everything's off. Unplug the guidance and go for a walk. Got the header on the header cart. Combine header moved up to the barn, and Dad come just dropped me off back here at the truck. We're gonna going to head to Toledo. Come on, baby. Sunk in a little bit. I have to swing out a little bit to get out of this lane. Gotta redo it. Add a little bit to it so I can swing without getting in the field. And the lane's gotten smaller. I need to add 4 feet, 5 feet to that side like I did that other one. So it's going to wheat this year, so we'll fix that next year. And this one I need to add 6 feet of lane on that side too. It's gone away. It's gone away. So doing that, maybe I can not have to swing out through the field like this. Especially with this trailer being longer. Onto a narrow road. Alright, well, Dad wants me to pick him up. He's gonna park his truck at my house and wants to ride along. So truck ain't nowhere close to full, which is kind of depressing, but 16 acres wasn't gonna fill it up anyway. I was hoping there'd be 1,100 bushel there. That didn't happen, so we'll catch up with you later.